Welcome to our decision tool, the Professional Landscaper. The primary user of this tool will be small landscaping companies looking to optimize their operations. Our goal is to assist with the organization of projects that landscapers engage in. Specifically, the user will be able to input several addresses for destinations of work, and our tool will organize these routes and maximize the efficiency of traveling these routes. Let's start on the main page, the address book. The user is given several options on the left. We'll start with the first option, adding an existing address. The user can pull down on the drop-down menu and select several addresses to add to their project for today. These addresses are generated from a master list. Scrolling towards the bottom of the options, we can actually go over to the master list. After we click the master list, we're directed to a new sheet. You'll notice that this sheet has a stored list of addresses. These can be different clients from different projects in the past, clients we've used today, or a combination of both. Let's return to the home page by clicking the Home tab up top. The next option that we'll cover is actually adding an existing project itself. Let's pick an address. We'll click Add to Project, and we'll notice that the project was added. Let's cover what was actually added on the sheet. You'll notice the first thing is the address itself, the latitude and the longitude. These numbers are calculated from geocoder.com. That is, once the address is actually hit, then the computer will ping to the website and return the latitude and longitudes, the number of hours that this project took last time, and whether or not this project requires mulch. Let's continue to the second option. The user has the ability to factor in the level of supply that they have. For example, at this time the tool is designated to 1. That means that the user only has one group of people that can take on projects. This number can be increased by clicking the plus, or decreased by clicking the minus. Let's say, for example, that we have 2 groups that can designate work. The last option that we'll cover is inputting our own address in the box below. Let's enter in an address as an example. We'll type 5768 West Morris Street. That'll be located in Indianapolis, Indiana, 46241. Next, the user can select how many hours this project will take. For our example, we'll say this project takes 4 hours. The last option the user has is, does this project require mulch? Because certain projects require mulch while others do not, and those resources must be allocated wisely, we give our users the option to select yes or no. For our example, we'll say no. Simply scroll over and add to master list. Looking at the master list, we'll notice that our address, the latitude and longitude, the hours, and the decision about mulch has all been added. Now we can click at the top and go back to the home screen. Now let's try an example of the calculation. Let's add in a few addresses to our project. Again, notice that the addresses will appear in the box to the right. I'm simply selecting a few addresses at random for the sake of this example. Let's say that we have 3 groups that can help with their projects. Let's add another group to this list. Now, let's say there was one group that we added that we didn't want to add. Or for example, the client called and he decided not to pursue the project. The user also has a third option to delete or remove the address. You simply click the drop-down menu and pick the address that you want to remove. Now the user has 2 additional options here. He can remove the address from My Projects, which would be this list above, or you can remove the list from the actual master list on the other screen. For our example, we'll simply remove it from the projects above. You'll notice that the address that we selected has now been deleted. Let's add in another address then. And now we have 4 solid addresses in our projects for today. In order to maximize the efficiency and planning of these projects, let's go ahead and click Calculate and see what our tool can do. Once you've decided which projects you'll be enduring, simply move over and hit Calculate. Upon hitting Calculate, we'll be directed to a new screen. This is Solver running its course. Now, as we know, Solver has a hill climber approach. That is, it'll find the local minimum and maximum. This process may take a few seconds. Nevertheless, when this process is done, we'll be reverted right back to the home screen. Notice the colors on the map. Our solver actually calculates the projects, and you can see the groups above, and it'll change the color of the points on the map. Simply as an ease of convenience for our user, we'll notice that the reds are closer together, there's a blue, and a green. And these represent the 3 different groups that we selected as an option earlier. Now let's say the user wants an even more simplistic means of reading this map. We've added an extra benefit to our user on the bottom left-hand side, in which you can say Go to Report. Let's click Go to Report. We're then generated to a daily report page. This report page lies out the addresses in order from A, B, C, and so on. We'll notice that Groups A addresses are as follows, Group B's addresses are as follows, and Group C's addresses are as follows. A user can simply print this page out if he would like. Now we can go back to the home page and start over. For a new project, again, we'll hit New Project. This process is now complete, and this is our tool, the Professional Landscaper.